So we would like Priya to, to share her experience with us, a couple of things which can help our students further to, to take it through. Priya, can you just share your experience with us?
Yes, sure. So, hello everybody. I'm Priya DeCosta. I'm 21 years old and I'm a CA final student. The experience that I had with EduUge was phenomenal because my batch was a very, our journey was really a tumultuous journey with lots of up and downs. First, our exams were scheduled to be in June. They got postponed to September, and finally, they happened in December. And at every step, EduUge helped us wholeheartedly. So, first of all, I would like to tell the students that you all are in very safe hands with respect to your DIP IFRS journey. So, I'll start with my preparation strategy, and then I would like to give you all a few do's and don'ts for your preparation and your exam. First of all is the reference material. Now, I'm a CA final student. I just gave my CA finals in November 2020. And luckily for me, two papers out of my CA final were IFRS based, IFRS and Ind AS based, because of which I was able to cover most of the portion that would be asked for the DIP IFRS exams. So I didn't refer any separate book like BPP or Kaplan. But if you are preparing BPP or Kaplan, both are really good books and you can get a good discount also in accessing them. Please purchase the latest version and please purchase authentic versions while preparing. The next is the importance of giving the weekly quizzes. So you all will come to know that for the a lot of weekly quizzes will be conducted for you all on on different standards, and some standards may be repeated as well. In my entire articleship journey, that's the 3 year internship that we CA students have, I have worked on IFRS and Ind AS. I've referred to books such as Dolphy D'Souza, Bhanka, even the actual bare standards by the IFRS Foundation. Trust me, the kind of questions that I saw in the quizzes here were found nowhere in these books. These quizzes are really top notch quizzes and they'll help you to sharpen your concepts really, really well. So, however busy you are, please do find in those 10 minutes on the weekends and attempt those quizzes. Initially, you may be disappointed with the marks, but they'll help you go a long way in strengthening your concepts. Next is Vijaya ma'am's lectures. Now, I could not attend her lectures in person because they clashed with my exams, but I had watched the footage later on, and she explains things in a way that you'll grasp the concepts very quickly and you'll remember them also further. Especially the way she taught IFRS 15. According to me, I've been studying IFRS 15 right from the time it was applicable in India. And after watching her lectures, I really thought that if somebody explained it to me so well in the beginning, I wouldn't have to spend 2 years reading so much of material. So please do make it a point to watch her lectures live or or the recordings, because that will help you to revise as well as grasp the concepts well. So whatever books you are referring to, do refer them, do the quizzes well, and do attend the lectures well. Next is the importance of solving past papers. Now, you may know your concepts really well. You may be good with articulating well, but then the ACCA has a particular scheme of marking, and you can get that scheme only if you go through the past papers. So please do refer to the past papers once you're done with a particular concept. Please try to look at those questions in the past papers, or after you're done with your entire study, then you can look at the past papers, but do it regularly because that will help you to kind of imbibe into your study and your exams in the future how exactly the answers are expected, and where you could lose marks you would be able to understand what are the keywords you have to write, you may understand, and it will help you to boost your score a lot. So do not forget to do the past papers, whatever material you refer to. Now next is the CBE exams. Now the CBE exams until last year were pen and paper based, and the December 20 attempt that I gave was the first time that the exam was CBE based. Now CBE comes with its own set of challenges. So to give you, I've written an article on this as well, which is up on the blog, and please do refer that before your exams. The interface of the exams is very similar to Excel, and I'm sure most of us here must be well versed and must be working with Excel daily. But the problem is that the software where you're going to solve the questions, especially the consolidation, the first consolidation question, is Excel with 90% of its features taken away. So, for example, to give you a few examples, you cannot do Control D and copy a formula into the next cell. Any formula that you type, like some formula, you cannot start it with a plus sign or an at the rate sign. You have to only put equal to some whatever cell range. So you cannot copy, and you cannot do cut paste. I think I'm not sure I've put these all these details on the blogs, but what I mean to say is there are many restrictions on the software. So if your mind is tuned and is accustomed to functioning with Excel, you're automatically going to apply the keyboard shortcuts that you use in Excel, and they won't happen, and you will have to undo it, and you will have to redo it. So in this bargain, a lot of time is going to be lost, and the paper itself is a long paper. So for this, please make it a point that at least 1 week before your exams, take out half an hour and practice the CB mock exam that is on the ACCS site. If you want to know where the links to all this is, on my LinkedIn, you can go to my LinkedIn profile, the link of which is in this PPT, or you just search in LinkedIn, Priya DeCosta, and in my featured section, there is an article where I've put a link to the CBE mock in the same kind of software as it was for the exams. So do try it. To give you an example, a consolidation question, the 25 marks consolidation question, which I solved on MS Excel in 30 minutes, took me 1 hour 10 minutes on the CBE software. So it's not that you don't know the concept, it's just that you need some good practice on that software. So please make it a point, I'm stressing yet again, to practice that CBE software before your exams. There's a detailed article on this on the blog too. Please read that. What are the things that you should be careful of while attempting the CBE exams? The next is the order of answering. Now, the consolidation questions generally are very long and they carry the same marks as the other three questions. I would recommend all of you all to attempt the consolidation question at the end, because what happens is many times our balance sheets don't tally, or if it's a statement of profit and loss that you may not get the correct answer, you may be stuck somewhere, and everything is interlinked. So if you're caught in the very beginning, you carry on that effect to the other questions, and the other questions which may be comparatively easier, you end up doing badly there. So out of the remaining three questions, question 2, 3 and 4, attempt those first, may give it around 1.5 hours, and the remaining 1 hour 45 minutes, it's a total 3 hour 15 minutes paper, use it for consolidation. So then once you're sure with the three questions earlier, you can devote your time to consolidation, and whatever marks you get, you remember you've scored you've attempted 75% earlier. Out of that, you'll, even if you get half, it's 37.5. So you just need half of the consolidation marks, that is 12.5 marks to pass, which you can easily get because of the stepwise marking. Do not panic if your balance sheet does not tally, because there are marks awarded for each step. Now, the next thing that I want to talk is about how many revisions and such things. I personally, before the exam, did not do any studies because I had just finished with my CA final exams, and that was where I revised these concepts. So before the exams, what I did was I just went through some additional topics. These additional topics are topics like IFRS for small and medium sector entities. Hello.
Yeah,
These
Priya, you're
additional
audible.
topics are topics like IFR. Okay, thank you. These topics which many students ignore, but which should not be ignored because they can suddenly pop up in the exams and carry high weightage, are topics like IFRS for small and medium sector entities, IFRS 6 on mineral resources, and such small standards. There is a detailed playlist, so make sure you don't ignore these because these are very easy things and you may end up losing precious marks just because you didn't see them. They may hardly take you 1 hour or so in total to understand these topics. So before the exams, how much do you need to revise? I would say that is a very personal choice. Like I said, I before the exams, I honestly just did the past papers, and I did these extra topics because I had been studying that syllabus before when I gave my CA finals. So first of all, think what works for you best. If you're okay with one revision is fine. Some people may require to revisit a particular topic many times for the exam. That is fine. So the number of revisions or the hours you have to devote, I would say that's a very personal choice. Do what suits you best. But remember to be consistent in your studies because many times standards also are interlinked. So suppose you do IFR, IS 16 on PP. Many similar concepts are there in IAS 38 as well on intangible assets. So if your link breaks somewhere, you may tend to forget. So I would say be consistent. Do not think that any particular standard is superior or important because this is going to be a computer based exams. Questions are going to be randomly selected by the computer, so you may end up with all questions of a not so popular standard as well. So do not ignore anything, and be consistent in your studies. Do follow the quizzes and Vijaya Ma'am's lectures very well. Don't forget the past papers and practice your CBE mocks before the exams so that you can manage your time properly. So this is all from my side. If anybody wants to ask any questions, please do so.